I couldn't believe it.
Relax on this teenager.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Cassidy. Welcome to Neptuna Tarot. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night whenever you guys are watching. But today we're going to be doing a special little topic. I actually love this topic. I see this is a circulating topic I see go around a lot. It is, how would a tarot reader describe you to this person? So whoever it is you're thinking of, and it doesn't have to match these signs, guys, just so you know. But think of that person and basically picture if they were to go to a tarot reader, what would they tell them about you? So that's what I'm going to be reading today. Let's go through the piles. Pile number 1, we have Gemini. Intelligent, fun, adaptable. We have special day of the week, Wednesday. Numerology 5 and crystal moonstone. Pile number 2, we have Libra. Fair, charming, gentle. Special day of the week is Friday, numerology 6, and we have the crystal as jade here. And finally, pile number 3, we have Leo. Loyal, generous, loving. Special day of the week, Sunday, numerology number 1, and special crystal is citrine. So as always, I do a 30-second meditation. You guys can also find timestamps down below with shuffled songs to help you guys pick your pile a little better. As well as, guys, check out my music if you want to hear me sing. I have a single out right now, Neptune Lover. I would love it if you guys streamed that song and shared it with your friends, and just wait for some more music as it comes out. All right, guys. I will see you at your pile. Sending you so much love.
Let me tell you, baby, don't need no diamonds on my body, got no grin in my eyes. Can you feel me? Yeah, get a brand new Bentley. I'll tell you now, it makes no difference. Just want all of your time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause you kiss me like I'm dreaming, like I'm one in a million, and I think it's time you figured it out. Oh, 'cause I know I got that something, and it won't cost you nothing. I already feel expensive enough. That's what matters, matters. Money don't buy love. Money don't buy love. No, no money don't buy love. No, no money don't buy love. No, no money don't buy love. No money don't buy love.
Hi there, pile number 1. You guys picked Gemini. Intelligent, fun, adaptable, Wednesday 5 Moonstone. So I'm just gonna jump right in here. I think a tarot reader would tell this person that you have been incredibly isolated and complacent lately. It feels very cold, it feels very lonely, it feels very much like you have kept yourself isolated. I'm also seeing someone crying, so there I do feel tears being shed. So they would tell this person that you have felt very lost, very complacent, very isolated. And I don't know why, you know, this card, the invitation, always sticks out to me in his hand. And also with this giant blob, instead of a person, a human being, it's almost like the reader would tell this person that you don't feel like yourself. You don't feel like your normal, regular self right now. So there could be something that happened that's causing these tears, or also this loss of identity. I feel like there's a shedding or a loss of identity that you're going through, and it could even be with this expansion at the bottom of the deck here that came out. So you could be trying to expand, like get out of this energy, and that's what the reader would tell them, that you're trying to get out of this energy. You want to grow past this energy. Also, I feel like you really miss feeling like blessings and miracles coming into your life, and I just feel like they would tell them that you've been feeling very alone and a little bit insecure as well here. But either way, I think that this reader would also tell them that you have a very fun energy with this Leo. It's like you have a lot of charisma and creativity that I feel like that's one of the first things that people notice about you. It's just like how creative, how childlike you are, how fun you are. Like it's no wonder you chose the intelligent, fun, adaptable. I feel like that's definitely your energy. But people also discuss, it's weird because they discuss your beauty, but I think also they discuss your relationships, like the relationships you have with other people. How you maintain those relationships, okay? Like, I don't know why, but that's one of the things other people discuss is your relationships. If they're not discussing your creativity, also more of shadow aspect, like they do talk about your pride here. They talk about some stubbornness and pride as well that you carry. With the Venus, as well as like maybe some shallowness, right? So that's just shadow aspects. Take what resonates. That could be possibilities of what the reader would be telling this person. But it's no doubt in my mind here with this Mercury and Gemini that you guys have an intelligence that people discuss as well. Let's say that. Yeah, people definitely think that your mind is very bright, that you are a very unique person. The things that come into your mind is very unique, and I feel like a lot of people would love to see you with this expansion next to this Mercury. Like they would love to see an expansion of your mind where you're not isolated, you're not complacent, because I feel like other people have noticed that about you as well. But it's almost like this person would, you know, this reader would tell them, yes, that your mind is brilliant. It's just, it needs expansion. It needs to get out of this complacency, which I think you already are aware of. I think you're very much aware. Like, I think that this is not who you usually are. I think that you're more adaptable as well. Go with the flow kind of energy. So, I don't know. I feel like for you to kind of feel so complacent right now. Oh my God, that's insane. We actually have a ticket torn apart in the snow. No way. So people are saying that it feels like maybe you don't want to spend time with them, or like they're also saying like you won't come even if you're invited, kind of thing. Like you're not going to make the time, or you'd rather be alone, is what some people are saying. Like you are very stuck right now, and just the thought of like going out or going anywhere, or just like trying to maybe go have fun right now, you just like would rather rip up the ticket than go anywhere. So maybe, yeah, I just get a lot of isolation. Whoa, did y'all hear that neck crack? Like, I feel like you guys are carrying a lot right now. I'm also looking at the back. It looks a little bit arched here, but you know, like I just feel like you could be carrying a lot of physical pain right now as well. But let's get into the tarot here, because we got a lot going on. I just saw 555. Yeah, I feel like you guys are going through some challenges, and that's what this person would tell them, especially because we do have 5 of Cups reverse. We have 5 of Coins reverse over here at the bottom as well. And underneath that we have 4 of Swords. That makes sense. So it's like, I think you're coming out of a 555 situation. This reader would tell them that you are overcoming a lot of challenges right now. You're working to overcome some emotional battles as well as financial battles. And it hasn't been easy. It's been very isolating. I feel like you felt very much alone. You felt very much like left out, as well as like just really focused on the disappointment, focused on what's been lost instead of the love that you do have in your life. So there's been a lot of distraction because of these challenges, but I see you overcoming it. So this reader would say that you will overcome this period of challenge and hardship. But with this 3 of Coins, it does look like, but it seems like it's gonna be with the help of others. Like you're not gonna be able to just kind of do this alone. Like I'm seeing with the birds, like they're swooping in. Like I feel like you do need some support swooping in at this time. And what's really interesting is we have the 7 of Cups. So it's like I'm feeling like you're coming out of all of this crappy energy, and with the 7 of Cups, it's like you're releasing distractions, you're releasing confusion. I feel like you're releasing a lot of confusion, and you're trying to not feel so lost. You're trying to see things clearly. No more distractions, no more excuses. Time to face it. It's time to face either a shadow. And look, we have a shadow surrounding this imagery as well. Like it's time to face this. To me, this looks like distortion, physical distortion, like not even seeing self, being able to see self. Like I feel like you're going to try, and I feel like with the help of others, to start seeing things clearly. Because look, we also have, before we reveal whatever that is, I'm so curious right now, we have the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. Both of these represent home and family, but in very different ways. So the 10 of Cups is kind of like this magical, emotionally fulfilled, happy family. Everything's rainbows and sunshine. You know what I mean? Like everything's just love. Everything's celebration. Not even celebration. Let me not say celebration, because the 4 of Wands is the home. It's about home and celebration. It's usually like depicted as like marriages. So even though there's like a family energy here, with it being reversed, this is showing some instability within a family system. This is showing instability within a home system, like a foundation. So I feel like this person is, what this reader would be telling this person is that you are seeing things clearly with the 7 of Cups. And I feel like you're starting to see clearly that this home life wasn't all rainbows and sunshine. It was actually incredibly unstable. There was a lot of issues that were creating foundational problems that like this family system wouldn't be able to build upon. And I feel like there's a lot of going back as well as with the Four of Swords, resting, a lot of resting, just to kind of process and understand what's going on. And like I said, releasing distractions, releasing any kind of excuses, distractions, illusions, really, because this is like elusive energy. It's like finally getting out of that haze, that fog. And facing the fact that we have this Four of Wands, because this Four of Wands reverse is like the opposite of celebration. Okay, it means that you are kind of still in the cold, right? You're still out here in the cold, where the Four of Wands is all about warmth and celebration and spending time with your loved ones and feeling safe and secure and stable. So when this is reversed, it's like you have not been feeling stable. You have not been feeling celebrated or in this warmth. And I feel like you've been craving this 10 of Cups, where you're emotionally satisfied and everything's rainbows and sunshine. But I feel like there's things that you can't ignore, you know, 555, like you can't ignore certain things. Also Leo 5. So we just got some things to work on. Oh, and look, we also have nourishing while waiting 5. So we'll get to those two in a minute, but let's go ahead and see what this is. What are you? The Wheel of Fortune reversed. Yes, you're blocking your own blessings. That's what this reader would tell your person, that you are currently in your own way. There's a lot of complacency, isolation. There's a lot of waking up and realizing, I can't do this alone. I need support system. I need to stop distracting myself. There's just a lot of, I feel like what you're doing and what this reader would tell them is that you're building sacred boundaries. And I feel like that's with you, like with yourself, with others, like you're learning boundaries, and you're learning why boundaries have to kind of be in place in order to foundationally build this celebrated, safe environment. But yeah, I just get there's a lot of looking at things from a perspective of I'm a loser. Like I'm getting a lot of like harsh, like you're extremely hard on yourself and saying really nasty, negative things. I think that's definitely this Leo energy. And I do want to say, when I first shuffled this deck here, insecurity and acceptance came out. Insecurity and let's see if the other one's right here. Miracle, yeah, here they are. So insecurity and miracle had actually come out, but I didn't shuffle the deck enough, so I didn't feel comfortable taking it, because if things just fall out immediately, I just feel like the energy's not right. Okay, so that's why I was saying insecurity earlier in the beginning of the reading, but also miracle, because this expansion to me is really similar, that yellow smoky energy there, expansion. So I feel like you've been hoping for a miracle, you know what I mean? It's kind of like sitting waiting for someone to come save you, when I think the blessings could be yours. I just think that there needs to be kind of like a change in how you're viewing yourself, because like there's just a lot of harsh energy directed towards yourself. Like, yeah, it's definitely this energy. It's almost like, I think this is, you know, your ego's way of protecting you. It's like, this is what's safe, is to wait for this miracle. But I think you could already expand. I just think that you've been too isolated to kind of see past your own BS, if I'm being quite clear. So that's what this reader would tell them, is that, you know, you need to get the wheel spinning again. I love how we have a carousel too. Like, you need to go to the carnival, you know, you need to spend time with people, a support system that truly loves and values you and will not allow you to speak of yourself in whatever ill way your mind is. And also to seek help if it is really like intrusive and uncontrollable. You know, that's definitely something to bring up here, to a professional. Because Four of Swords over here, like I definitely am seeing like you need a break. You need a rest. I think like your brain needs a rest. Nine of Wands reverse. Yeah, you need to be able to like put your guard down and tell yourself it's gonna be okay. I'm so sorry, Pile 1. Like I feel like you are going through a lot right now. Like a lot. So let's go ahead. We're going to read these messages from the book. I don't know how I feel about it because these messages have been long before. But yeah, we have 16, break it into a 7. We also have 43, break it into a 7. I feel like they're saying you need to get onto your path. Like your path is waiting for you, but there's complacency. Tiger palm. And I like how I set it down next to the lion. Like I feel like there can be something ferocious that comes from this complacency. Alright, so let's see. Tiger palm is the medicine of sacred boundaries. Tigers are masters of their territory. In the jungle, Tiger says no to living near other tigers because she knows this will diminish the amount of food in her territory. Tiger says yes to living near water, for she knows it is good medicine to relax and play in the flowing waters. Tiger is bold and never thinks twice about whether she should allow something toxic and dramatic in her environment. Ooh, that's good. It's good, Spirit. Nor does she ever feel bullied or coerced into doing something she does not want to do. Tiger is so strong because she creates firm boundaries. Tiger's power comes from knowing and honoring herself. We teach people how to treat us. Never expect others to automatically respect and treat you with justice, love, and consideration you deserve. Even when you treat them with kindness, articulate and create boundaries through courteous speech. For many people, conflict is draining and they would rather avoid it. Still, if you are presented with a situation that continuously minimizes and belittles you, you must stand your ground and ask for respect. The mere fact of sticking up for yourself is so admirable, it energetically creates a level of esteem from others. Even if the other party does not hear you, you will have strengthened your self-worth by holding your boundaries, and this new level of deeper self-worth will reflect in other areas of your life. Boundaries do not apply only to behavior from others, but also the way we treat ourselves. Do you have guidelines for the food you put in your body, the people you create relationships with, the words you say, and the topics you discuss? Tiger Palm's medicine raises its hand in your spread when you are also being asked to level up the energy you allow into your life. Start scanning what behaviors you hold that do not align with I treat my body, mind, and spirit like a sacred temple. Tiger Palm's medicine directs you to set boundaries with not only others but yourself. I think it's time. Yeah, I think that's definitely what Spirit is getting at. That's what this coming out of this 555 is all about, is getting on path, getting to that 7 and saying, I can't do this. Like I have these needs, these desires, And I'm creating that boundary for myself. Like, I'm not going to just break my own boundaries. Like, this is sacred. This is where my power comes from. This is where I'm fueled in the way that I need to be to show up in my life positively. I feel like as you set boundaries with others and yourself, I just get a sense of, and also, yeah, like, let me go back here because, oh, there she goes. Come here, baby. Oh yeah, Tiger's power comes from knowing and honoring herself. So what I'm getting, remember we were talking about this distortion here, this self-distortion. So I am getting that, you know, you need to kind of come back to self. This is about resting and coming back to self, like figuring out what boundaries you need to set, teaching people how to treat you, yeah, and just honoring yourself by knowing yourself and knowing what do you need? What do you need to make this wheel spin? What do you need to get this 10 of Cups here? So that's what this reader would tell your person, that you are becoming dedicated to your boundaries, because it's caused you so much trouble, I feel, not having any, you know, not having those boundaries set. Nourishment while waiting. And I am sorry if these messages are long. I really do hope that they're hitting for you guys. Let me read. So number 5, baby hawk. Oh, so stinking cute. Okay. Hawk is the power bird. It's literally like in italics, power. So as we were just talking about, like your power coming from knowing self and setting boundaries. Boom, let's talk about power. Okay. Hawk is a power bird with big medicine. Hawk is fearless, the visionary, the messenger, and the balanced one. Hawk is your highest self. Baby hawk in this image represents the part of you with an overwhelming desire to step into who you are fully and fulfill your purpose. Mouse represents the nourishment. Baby hawk will need to develop into her most fulfilled self. Oh my god, it's like horrible because it's like the little mouse is in the little heart, but it's like that bird is gonna eat that mouse. But anyways, ooh, just some water. Okay, so baby hawk teaches us the wisdom of nourishment while waiting. This is a moment for patience. What will you do while you wait for your vision to manifest? The flower blossoms in its own time, but the gardener cultivates the seed's growth. The gardener ensures the seed's fullest development by nourishing it, pulling the weeds that threaten it, planting the seed where it will receive the most sunlight. While you wait for the next step to be revealed, you must similarly prepare yourself for success. Baby hawk needs to be nourished before she can achieve all her greatness as adult hawk, and this is why you must nourish yourself on every possible level. Ask yourself what skills your future self holds that you currently do not. Then start researching and practicing them. Once you grow and develop these skills, you step into your highest self. Wise old hawk looks back on her past self and shares the medicine to not just wait in patience, but to learn while you wait. Stay persistent on your path towards growth and develop and strengthen yourself. For it is the consistent nourishment to become your greatest self that magnetizes you towards dreams unimaginable to you now. That was really beautiful, and I think that's a perfect way to end this reading as well. But I just feel like this reader would tell this person, you are finally stepping up to the plate. I think you are finally stepping into your purpose. I think you're finally learning a lot about patience because of this isolation and complacency. And I think during this time, you've been growing, you've been learning, you've been strengthening self And I think you just need to stay consistent. You have to stay consistent here, and you have to stay dedicated to these sacred boundaries. And that means even with yourself, okay? Like if you say you're not going to eat certain foods or you're not going to do certain things anymore, like don't let yourself slip up on that, you know? Be dedicated to it. Treat it as a sacred boundary with yourself. Also, I just feel like you need more nourishment. You need more rest right now. Like you're still growing. There's still this baby hawk here. So just make sure, there's something here about fueling your body too, especially like there's something about what are you putting into your body here, in order to kind of like, if you're expecting yourself to get to that highest self and you're fueling yourself with the worst kinds of things that your highest self would never, yeah, exactly, would never fuel itself with, then you're not going to become that person, that vision. Like keep that vision. Last message, King of Swords reverse. Yeah, I just feel like you're unaligned right now with your path, and I think that you are working incredibly hard to get back on path because it's just not working for you. I feel like it's been very isolating, very cold. And I even think you've become a little bit harsh with your words here. Yeah, the King of Swords can be kind of, yeah, just, I feel like what it is like the universe doesn't want you to become your environment. And I feel like your environment has been very cold, complacent, isolated. And they don't want you in turn to like be picking up these traits and becoming cold and harsh and complacent. Knight of Cups. Yeah, there's something about, you know, offering up love to others as well, letting others in. Let others in. Like, I just feel Three of Coins. You can't really do this alone. I think it's going to be hard work and you're going to be rebuilding a lot, but you can't do this alone. And that's what a tarot reader would tell your person. So I really hope this resonated for you. If it did, please give me a like, subscribe, comment down below. I would love to hear any and all feedback, guys. Until next time, I'm sending you so much love, light, protection, blessings. Peace. Okay. Oh. Hi there, pile number 2. You guys picked Libra, fair, charming, gentle, Friday 6, Jade. Whew, pile number 2. I want whatever you guys are on. Wow, okay. Let me just take a moment here because I think you guys are in go mode. I think a reader would tell this person, you guys are in creator mode. Yeah. And you are perfecting something. It could even be like, I'm hearing perfection of self because of sun, but let's move away from the perfection aspect, because I think what it is like you're just in like Sims mode, like what's that other game, Roblox or something? What is it? No, it's the other one, Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft, where you build, like you build your own life. I think that's what you're doing right now. That's what you are working on. Like, you are in creator mode. And like, I feel like the reader would tell this person that if you do not fit into your perfect mold or your perfect list. Oh my god, we had a moth just fly in here. Yes, and it's funny we have sun. That is funny. Okay, that's funny because it's like you're a light. You definitely have a light. You have a beauty. You have a fairness to you. Also, I don't know why, but it's something about your stability, the way you come off with this 13, break it into a 4, and I don't know, it's something about this Libra card too. Also, you have an earth energy. It's like something about you just makes people feel so comfortable, so safe. It's just like they want to spend time with you. You're very gentle. Yes, that's what it is too. Gentle and stable. Like, I think a little bit predictable, but it's in like the best way possible. It's like in that safe, warm, comforting way. But it definitely, I just heard your beauty is unpredictable. Okay, so somebody's flirting. But yeah, somebody here is very just, what's the word? Damn, it slipped from my lips. Very magnetized, like drawn to you like a moth to a flame. But as we were saying, I feel like so many distractions are coming in. You could have a lot going on. Like I said, you're in build mode, you're in go mode. You don't have time for the shit, basically. So with Capricorn, yeah, that's exactly Capricorn energy. Is like you do not have the time. Right now, you are focused on, I feel like, building material possession. And also with the number 1 here and sun, like it's about self, baby. This is about self. Like, you're doing the inner work. You're doing the inner work, but it's like showing outwardly. It's showing physically. The inner work you're doing is showing externally. That's so beautiful, and I think it's just paying off. You're glowing, you're shining, you are the sun energy. You know, some people are kind of convinced that they need you, which is, I don't like that energy. You know, whereas like human beings, we need the sun. It's like they're trying to project that onto you, like, I need this energy in my life. Also, let's go back to perfection, because I did want to speak about it. I think there's something about the way you speak. Could be this gentleness, charming, also just being fair. Like, you might just be somebody who's incredibly like fair and honest, and that's like, it's just something about the way you say things and speak. It's perfect. Like, people would describe it as perfect. This motorcycle, this almost feels like a gift. Yeah, this feels like a gift. Hi baby. This feels like a gift, like given to you, like a perfect gift given to you from spirit, from the universe. So like, some of you guys could be, pardon me, some of you guys could be readers, or even like musicians, like singers, artists, rappers, like something with your words, your spoken words. It's just like perfect. Like, especially Like other people would describe it as that way. I don't think you're going around like saying, this is perfect, that's perfect. Like, no, but it's something about the way you speak people would describe as perfect. It's almost like a gift, like a given gift. And that could also be why you are so driven to create right now. Like you definitely have this drive to make something of yourself, to gain, you know, I feel like financial abundance as well. And I feel like at the root of it, bottom of the deck here, we have Cancer. We have another 4. This is all about stability. This is all about you wanting home. I feel like you emit the exact energy that you're trying to create in your environment, and that's incredibly smart, incredibly clever, because you're manifesting through words and actions. And that could even be the perfection here, is like manifestation through your words and actions. But yeah, with this Cancer energy, the root of everything that you're doing right now, the root of it all is this Cancer energy, this home. You want a safe, perfect home. A safe, happy home. Stable, 4-4. Stable. Like, I feel like you just don't want any worry with this Capricorn. Like, you don't want to have to be worrying about money. Virgo. Yes, exactly. You don't want to be in any kind of Virgo energy. You'd much rather be in Capricorn energy. That's like your own personal preferences, is what the reader would say, is that you would much rather not stress, not overthink about it. Like, just be very secure and stable and set. Wow. Also, the root of this ambition, this creator mode, the root of it is also because I think you worry at times that your life is dissipating. And I think that's natural. I think we all think about this, you know, especially, you know, I've lost somebody incredibly close to me for the first time in my life. And it changes so much of your perspective. And I just feel like, you know, you think about life and death a lot more. And I feel like this reader would tell this person that you worry sometimes that like you're dissipating, or that you want to build something that people will remember, that won't be able to dissipate, that won't be able to almost like, I feel like die when you die kind of thing, like something you can leave behind if this is legacy or whatever. That's why it felt really intense in the beginning. Like you are in creator mode, like you're trying to build legacy or just long-term stability, which will be a legacy, you know, for anybody affected because of your choices. So I think it's just really important for you to make the impact that you can while you are here. And that's what this reader would tell your person. That was so much. Like, oh wow, like you guys have a big mission, guys. You guys have a huge, I don't know, you just have like, you got a lot going on here. And it's like deeper than just like beauty, like Libra, Venus energy. Like it's so much deeper than that. It's like, I think you really know yourself. Like you're finally like kind of comfortable and like also really accepting of your own gift. And it's like you're at this point you want to share it, I think too. And I think your inner child's really proud of you too. I just like, side note, like your inner child's just like so grateful for you. Oh my god, like I feel tears. Okay, let's move out. Let's go to the tarot, because I didn't want this to be super emotional. But there's something about you guys. It's pile 2. There's something about you guys. You guys, the root of why you're doing this, I think, is beautiful. And I think what a reader would tell your person is people don't see this root. Sometimes people just see you as like really ego driven and really like greedy or like materialistic, and it's just like, I just feel like it's not the truth. Well, actually, let's get into the tarot first, because I do kind of get, there is another message about the heart, okay? But let's get there. So 4 of Cups. This reader would tell your person that if they were to offer you a cup of love right now, you wouldn't take it. I think that you guys are incredibly focused elsewhere. You guys are just not focused on love. Like, I think you guys just kind of are rejecting it right now. You guys are just completely, I don't want to say closed off, because I think you give a lot of yourself to people, okay? Like, I think you give and show a lot of yourself, like with this gift and the sun energy. Like, you show a lot. Like, you're that the moth that, or you're the flame that the moth comes to, right? So it's just like you give a lot. But I think intimately it's a lot harder for you to give. I think you have had to be very protective of yourself. And let's just like look at this, like something about your inner child and protecting the treasure within, protecting treasure here. But just feeling like you had so much, you have so much within, but it's like you're not able to share it. You're not able to share it or like let people in. I think some people do really see you as greedy, or not greedy, but like a little bit guarded. Yeah, very guarded. And I think you're guarded because of past disappointments, past pain. 2 of Swords. I think this reader would tell your person that you're still a little bit confused about things. There's still some things that you close your eyes and try to tune out. You don't really want to make decisions about those things just yet. This reader would tell them that you hate making decisions sometimes. Like, you hate that you're always the person making decisions sometimes, because I think you have so much going on. You have a lot of responsibility, and sometimes I think you do get a little bit overwhelmed mentally. And I think that you kind of do wish that you didn't have to make all these decisions. With the Page of Cups reversed, I think there's still more healing that your inner child needs to do. I think that's what this reader would tell your person, that you still are a little bit lost when it comes to, I think, opening. It's really about, yeah, opening your heart and offering your heart up. I think you've become very guarded. Not to laugh, like I was laughing because it just showed me the 7 of Swords. and that's funny, because it's like you've been hurt before, you've been deceived, you've been screwed over. King of Wands reverse. Yeah, I feel like you've met some a-holes, like you've met some straight up jerks that were so self-absorbed, so self-centered, so shallow, so egotistical. Like, it's like all this cactus here too. It's like you were pricked constantly. You were constantly pricked by these situations, these deceitful, shady, just awful situations. And I think because of that, you've closed off your heart. You're just not interested. I feel like I think you've kissed so many frogs that you're just like, none of these frogs are princes. Okay, like I feel like you feel a little bit led on as well. Like, I'm getting like a led on feeling where you really had high hopes at one point. And I think that's why you're coming through as like a page queen. It's like And that's why I'm like, this page is definitely still like, there's still something with your inner child that needs attention and needs some love. And I think what it is that your inner child wants a partner. And that's not going to resonate for all of you. Like for some of you guys, that could even be like your inner child wants kids or wants a dog, or like it could be that simple, guys. It's like something about like adding something to your life that's going to be more emotionally fulfilling for you. Because right now, I think you're so focused with this page of coins. You're very focused on the financial, on the material, on the external, physical, the external, physical side of things, that you're not too worried right now, I think, about your emotional relationships or like, you know, building those. But I think that your inner child here is actually coming through to let you know that, I don't know, I feel like they want you to try again. You see how it's like a clam, like opening up too? It's like they want you to open up. I want you to be willing to offer your heart again. I just feel like you've become very, very, very guarded with this 7 of Wands reversed. Like you have definitely had to defend yourself, protect yourself. That's why you've become so protected and guarded. It's like something happened to create this energy. But I think your inner child is coming through to let you know it's okay to let that guard down now. It's okay to let it down. Like you don't have to defend, protect yourself to this degree, because I think they're like lonely. They're a little bit bored. They're a little bit like, I think that you also have such a huge kind of mission here that you need some support. I don't know. And I think when you envision this home, you know, Cancer, like, I don't know. Cancer to me is water and emotional energy. Like, I feel like you can't really create that on your own. Like family energy, you know what I mean? Also with dissipating, you see how she's alone? Like, I feel like part of you worries, this reader would tell this person, part of you worries that you're gonna end up alone with the bird. You know, you're gonna end up, and that's totally fine, but I just feel like for you guys, something about wanting more social connections in your life. And for some of you guys specifically, this is about love. This is about putting yourself back out there after you've been hurt. And I'm sorry that you've been hurt, pile 2. You know, it's not just, it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done to just open yourself back up. But look at this Ace of Wands. Oh God. Why, brain? I have seen this card this entire reading, you know, pass by it mentally, but as soon as I pick it up, I feel so much sexual energy. Like, I think people are really attracted to you right now. Like, they find you very Venusian, very sexy, and I think that, ooh, like, you know, the stick, ooh, like, you're raising eyebrows. Let's just say that. Like, I just feel like there's a lot of passion, and I think, you know, where you were saying, like I was saying earlier, you don't really like making all these huge decisions all the time. Like, I think it would be actually a little bit easier for you if you had somebody to help you make these decisions, you know, like a partner that you really deeply trusted. And I'm hearing some of you guys say must be nice, but it's like, you can't get what you want, you know, if you're not willing to put yourself out there. It's not going to happen. So let's go ahead. We're going to read these messages from the book. This could just be helpful advice, but this, you know, I'll interpret it at the end from what I'm getting that it has to do with this reading. But let's go ahead and read. And I'm sorry if these are a little bit longer. They're not too long. can just be a little wordy. All right, transformation 42. Phoenix. Phoenix is an ancient bird that will burn himself every few hundred years to be born anew. He diligently builds his nest with cinnamon and frankincense. Then, with one clap of his wings, he ignites his nest onto a blazing fire. He endures a night filled with roaring flames and insurmountable pain. When the sun begins to rise, he too emerges from the ashes, more brilliant and mesmerizing than the human mind can fathom. Phoenix comes with informative medicine. He says you are also on the verge of a total transformation. Although you may still be living a current reality that your past self manifested, this medicine foretells a profound change is approaching. You are in the space in between jumping timelines. This timeline is your transition from an old version of yourself into the new and evolved version of yourself. Do not get caught in the trap of believing your current reality defines what lies ahead. It is very possible you are projecting old, limiting beliefs onto the situation. Trust that all your effort over the last months and years are in the alchemical process of manifesting. You are now in the moment before you shift into your fullest self. You must believe the highest version of yourself is waiting and ready to be self-actualized. That's really badass, pile 2. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is some intense energy. You're going through, I think, a huge shift, because I think you're kind of also, it's giving me like Princess and the Frog energy, where she's so focused on money, but it's like in the end she found out what she really needed, like what's really important in life. And I think that's kind of the transformation that you're going through, is like focusing more on intimacy and relationships. And also, this is just like I said, this is about self-transformation. Like, you are going through, I think, like a physical glow up as well. Like, you are mesmerizing. The human mind can't even fathom. That's hilarious. But I think this reader would tell your person, yeah, you're evolving, you're shifting right now. You're in the in-between. And I think it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I think it's also exciting. There's a lot of fire here. So we have focus on the big picture, 19. A lighthouse and a bee. Okay. All right, Visionary Hawk. The Visionary Hawk card comes with a powerful message about a higher perspective. The image of the hawk coming out of the eye asks you to transcend your current perception and see the bigger picture. Hawk is aligned with the lighthouse that focuses its light on the bee, which represents your purpose and desire. Hawk says you must expand your perception to encompass a higher viewpoint and focus on the thing you want. Then, victory, represented by the crown, is the only logical step. Hawk is asking you to take control of your thoughts, stop playing the victim to external circumstances, and own the truth that you create your own reality. Declare that your life is going to be the most fulfilling, prosperous, and joyful you have ever experienced. Proclaim that you will overcome all obstacles, your self-doubt, your insecurities, because you have a gift that you and only you were created to share. Holy shit. Regardless of whether your current situation is less than desirable, this card comes as a confirmation that something beautiful is awaiting you. But the first step is to make that decision to get out of your ego's limited perception. Testify to the world and yourself that something big is awaiting you. Not even your disbelief in yourself will stop you from fulfilling your purpose. You were created for greatness. Hawk's medicine asks you to immediately snap out of whatever discouraging story may be playing in your mind and immediately focus on the power of all the achievements that await you. And also, let me say, the ones you've already achieved. Okay, I feel like you've achieved a lot already. But yeah, like, look at this. Like, we have freaking Hawk and Phoenix. Like, this is powerhouse energy. You guys are powerful beings. Like it said, I can't believe it mentioned the gift. Like, you were seriously created with a gift. It's like I'm saying, people describe it as perfect. They recognize it as a gift. Also, what was it? Let's see. Yes. Focus on the thing you want. Like, definitely, like this Cancer energy. I think this is really what you want. Like, someone to share your life with. Like, I hate to do this, but like, you see how this little guy's looking at like the pairs. He's looking at the couples, like, oh. And even this card, like, I kind of see, like, closing their eyes when the couples go by, you know, like, like wanting someone to share life with, focusing on that bigger picture. This was a beautiful message, pile number 2. I am sending you guys so much love, light, protection, blessings. Thank you for letting me read for you guys, pile 2. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it resonated with you. But just to kind of end it off, just like conclude that though, like, I just feel like if this is a romantic person that you're asking about, they are terrified that you're not open to this connection. So, you know, if that's something you need to hear, take it with a grain of salt. But either way, sending you guys the best of luck. Till next time, please give me a like, subscribe, comment down below. I would love to hear from my pile 2s. All right, till next time, peace. Hi there, pile number 3. You guys picked Leo, loyal, generous, loving. Sunday, number 1, citrine. Whew, pile number 3. All right. So this person that you're inquiring about, the reader would tell them that you are exactly these words: loyal, generous, loving. This reader would tell them that you have a lot of joy to spread, and I think that you carry an essence of joy everywhere you go. I think that you are definitely more optimistic than pessimistic, and you are constantly trying to look on the brighter side of things, focus on the joy rather than the more pessimistic view. Like, I think it kind of hurts you to be pessimistic. It hurts you to, and not in like an ignorant way, like, not where you are being like a positivity bully. Although some of you guys may struggle with that, but I think it's more of you guys, I think, have been through a lot of hard cycles, codependent cycles. I think there's been hardships with your family especially, and there have been a lot of cycles you've had to close out, walk away from, and I think you've had a lot of different experiences with your relationships, and that's what this reader would tell your person, that you have had so many different connections that have taught you a lot of things, and I think what you've learned from them along the way is to stay positive. I'm hearing like stay positive, stay prayed up. And it's like, take it as it resonates. However it is you may pray, however it is you may connect with the universe or manifest, or whatever it is you do to kind of create, I feel like, or manifest, that's what this prayer energy is about. This reader would say that when you imagine things, like, you have an incredibly powerful imagination and creativity, and I think that fuels a lot of manifestations for you, just simply because you can see it, and it's almost like you have that visualization step down, because you're able to visualize it. That's the step 1, and I think you're able to kind of pull these things into your world. But either way, I think it's unavoidable to talk about this growth. Like, you have experienced growth over time. We also have this card says emergency room as well. So it's just like, I think I always get this energy of like emergency, and like you've reached a level of rock bottom. And I just think that you've been challenged to, I think, also study other people's growth. You see how there's all these different kinds of greenery, different kinds of plants here. It's like your relationships are what taught you life lessons. Your relationships, and also like seeing other people, how they've managed to grow, how they've managed to develop, what, even though they might have different struggles, different realities than you. It's like you studied other people's growth, and I think kind of taught yourself. What is under here? Gossip in reverse. Gossip in reverse. People talk a lot about this growth. People talk a lot about this joy that you bring with you, because maybe it wasn't always this way. Maybe you used to have a dark cloud. Like some of you guys, I think, used to maybe not be happy. Yeah. So I kind of, before we get into that unhappiness though, I want to talk about these. We've got a lot of air here. We have Venus, Libra, and Aquarius here at the bottom. I feel like this reader would tell this person that you tend to people please. I think that this reader would tell people that you tend to have a problem with trying to make everybody else happy. This could have been either in relationships or family dynamics. Like, it really doesn't matter, but it's something about your relationships. And I feel like these are close relationships. This isn't like even co-workers or, you know, career relationships. This is like close family, friends, partners, that have affected you so deeply. But it's like you have a tendency, I think, especially in the past, because there's been growth here, right? Like, let's not avoid the growth, but I think you've had a tendency to overgive, people please, to kind of lose yourself and others, focus on other people, become, like I said, it's codependency. It really is some codependency, some people pleasing, some it's just like, I think the way you used to look at it is you were valuing harmony. Venus is all about harmony. Harmony, balance, the scales, you know what I mean? Like, I think you convinced yourself that by not having needs or by not being unhappy, you know, by putting on this joyful face, it's like you're able to maintain harmony around you. Okay, you see how that's kind of trying to just please everybody around you, make everybody happy. But it's like, I don't think you were focusing on yourself and what was making you happy. And I think that maybe is what this growth is, because look, we have 7 and we also have 16 break it into a 7. So I think you were not on path. I think you were at this 16. It was 1 and 6. So it's like you needed to focus on self, number 1, but you were focused on the 6, the nurturer. And so once you were able to combine your ability to be nurturing, but align it more with your own needs and self, you were on path. Number 7 is about spiritual path. To me, it's about being on path. 777, that's about being, you're on the right path here. And I think that's where that shift and that growth came in, and you were no longer just focusing on people pleasing. And I think, let me just share this if any of you are struggling. I think one of the biggest things we need to understand about people pleasing is that it's not really about people. Most of the time it's about, when you're people pleasing, it's actually very manipulative, because you're not coming through authentically, and you're also doing something in order to make other people like you, pleasing, you know, in order to get that approval, that love. And I think that once you break that cycle of people pleasing and you can focus on, what do you want? You are just as important. Your needs, your wants, your desires are just as important and matter in terms of your own harmony, self-harmony. So yeah, I think you've been going through a lot of understanding with that. We also have Aquarius at the bottom. It's like, I don't think you have to stop being a humanitarian. I don't think you have to stop being loving. I don't think you have to stop being a good friend, a good lover, a good partner, like a generous, you know, person. Like, I don't think you have to go to being everything you're not. But I think that you felt more freedom to be a little bit more quirky, a little bit more yourself, a little bit more free. And I think that you're also becoming okay with being misunderstood. That's one thing. I'm scanning my brain for Aquarius information, and all I can think is how misunderstood so many Aquarius are. I know that's so cliche to say as well. Look, we have Sun in reverse underneath that. But I think that there's aspects of yourself that you haven't allowed yourself to show. You've been masking a bit. You know, look at this. Like, you've been masking a bit, and it's time to kind of come into your own and show the world the real you. And that's where that growth is coming from too. Because I think that you've been a little bit unhappy. Sun reverse. And now let's get into the tarot. Sun reverse. There's been a lot of unhappiness that I think you've been masking. I think that you've been hiding from others. And I think other people are starting to notice it as well. Especially if this is like a major life event. Because for some of you guys, like, this is really out of character for you to be unhappy. Like, people might be seeing some levels of sorrow, depression from you, and it might not be something like people are used to seeing you in that energy. But it's like you need to create space for that energy. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be unhappy or depressed. And so it's like if other people are like upset with you for being out of character right now, it's like fuck those people completely. Because I just think you've been through some really hard, upsetting experiences, depressing, you know, experiences that I think have caused you to have to be positive. And I don't know, it's like maybe you kind of have felt like if you fall apart, then the people around you will fall apart too. It's like you've had to keep your head held high. Also with this 10 of Cups reverse, I feel like this is something about a family dynamic here that it's not fulfilling, it's not satisfying. This can even just be like sadness within a family, discontentment, you know, dissatisfaction emotionally. And I think that you're starting to face this. You're starting to be like, why am I unhappy? Why is this coming up? Why can't I just be happy and joyful and you know, be this people pleaser? Like, why can't I feel like part of you is fighting it, wants to kind of stay in that energy because it was safe before. But I'm just getting that it's starting to bubble up, like this unhappiness that you feel. And it's starting to bubble up, it's starting to be seen, it's starting to be like you can't really hide it anymore. Like certain things are starting to trigger you to the point where you are having to face this darkness, this unhappiness. So that's what this reader would tell your person, that you're dealing with some heavy shit right now. Also with the 4 of Wands, you're working though to build a stable, sturdy, steady foundation. I think that you also really want to create harmony and celebration within either family, chosen family, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like whatever it is here, it's like you really just want to celebrate and have fun and create joy, and have a safe space to grow with this growth here. I think that with this growth being in the emergency room too, it's like you haven't had a really safe space to grow. You've just grown despite that. Despite even having this 4 of Wands energy, I think that you still grew, or you still like it's gotten you to this point is what I'm trying to say. But it's like your soul is craving a steady foundation, a happy home. And it's like, I think it's time to kind of face that you don't have that. With the World in reverse, this to me is about like cycles that haven't been closed out, cycles that you need to say no to and walk away from. And it's like cycles that are over, cycles that are dead and over, but it's like you're still trying to keep them alive. You're still trying to like create joy where there's no joy kind of energy. It's like, I don't think I don't think it's like you're incapable of being happy anymore. It's just, I think this is more of an environment kind of thing. This is more of like what you've allowed, what you have refused to like to stop and say no to, and like you haven't prioritized your own happiness. And it's kind of weird because it's like you would think that the people that love you and want to see you happy would be okay with you prioritizing that. But I'm getting that, especially with this family 10 of Cups energy, is like a lot of people might not be okay with that. It's like they might want you to keep perpetuating these cycles. Like they don't want you to put a stop to that. They want you to keep perpetuating this and keep this wound open. The World, but you know it's over, it's done. Like you need to learn this lesson, and like your soul is craving to just close this cycle out. Like it's been done. It's been closed for a while. It's just like something is still holding you back. So this reader would also tell your person that you feel like life is moving very fast, very quickly, and that you have a lot of passion and excitement of moving forward, even though you're still feeling like you're in the dark. Okay? It's like I'm seeing all these little stars. Like you're still looking for the light in the dark. You're still looking for like you're still being optimistic where you could be really pessimistic. And 9 of Coins, I think that you're also being okay with leaning on others when you can't be independent. When it's like, especially when you're dealing with all this emotional turmoil, it might not be very easy to just like carry this all on your own shoulders. So I think that even though you've struggled with like codependency and people pleasing, you're also learning that it's okay to seek like help, support. Like sometimes you don't have to just do everything on your own. You don't have to be this hyper independent kind of energy where, yeah, like you're in control and building everything, doing everything. So I think that there's a level of like collaboration going on and just like letting people support. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. So I feel like, you know, with this being the first card coming out reverse, it really bummed me out for you guys. Like, I'm really sorry, whatever it is you're going through. This isn't easy, but I think that your passions and the things that light the fire within, those are what you need to be focused on right now, you know, especially during the days that feel like are moving very quickly. Like this 8 of Wands to me felt very overwhelming. Like you feel like you're in the dark, and it's like even though there's lights and stars, it's like it's still scary and overwhelming whether you're willing to admit it. And I think that if you just keep following your passions and also kind of fueling yourself with what was I gonna say? Like fueling yourself with passion, with fire, with, to me, I'm also hearing fueling. Like fueling is sticking out to me. It's like it's really important to maintain proper fuel right now because things are moving so quickly. Like you're going to need a lot of energy, so please make sure you're maintaining like sustenance for whatever it is you're doing day in, day out, because I think like you have so much creativity and passion within that wants to be let out. But I just feel like it's just always been about everybody else. It's always been about other people. It's always been about what do they want, what's their passions, what's their goals. And I think you're finally focusing on yourself and your dreams. This felt a little messy, pile 3. Like, I'm not sure what you guys are going through, but I believe in you. I think that you guys can get to this 4 of Wands. Stability, celebration, warmth, energy. And I think you can get there very quickly. It's just going to be a bit of a transition. It's going to be a bit of like, whew, like overwhelming transition. So just make sure you're fueling. If you guys like to pray or manifest, like whatever your manifestation process is, like keep doing that. Focus on the things that are bringing you joy right now. Like let those things support you and love you. And let's go ahead and get to these cards down here. So these are from the Animal Apothecary. The Illusion. Whoo. What's this all about? Number 13. Break it into a 4. It's giving 4 of Wands. Phantom Shark. Okay. In this card, we see a harpoon searching the sea for a dangerous shark that appears only in your mind's eyes. Phantom Shark has a direct message for you today. Your current fear, worry, or insecurity is all an illusion. You tricked yourself into hunting for a thing that doesn't exist. By putting so much attention and effort into combating or avoiding what you are afraid of, you are simultaneously engaging and fueling it. Most fears quite literally exist only in our minds. When you feel small, insecure, or controlled by fear, this is not your true self. This is your programmed self, ruled by the limbic system, ego, past traumas, and the false marketing that always shames us into not feeling good enough. This illusion will tell you that you are not worthy, make you feel scared, keep you with someone who treats you poorly, and make you feel the need to compete with and be better than others. The challenge lies in how powerfully real this illusion appears. It colors every aspect of your reality, like a cloud of thick gray smoke. While you cannot always avoid being caught in the smoke, you can recognize when you're in it. This is the most important part of seeing clearly. You must first understand that you are in an illusion before you can escape it. The more you become cognitively aware of the smoke, the less power it has over you. Right now, Shark's medicine for you is to understand that whatever currently brings you fear is not actually the truth. You are safe and everything is going to work itself out. Do not make big decisions when the gray smoke is visiting. Soon, you will see clearly. All right, for some of you guys, this is screaming. Please take what resonates, but this is screaming medication, okay? Like this is screaming like somebody getting a clear mind, and it's like not having to fight something, an illusion, like a mental, a mental issue or problem. Like, it's like that fog is clearing. Like that feels like to me when I started my antidepressants, guys. Like it's just like that fog is lifted and it's just like insanely different. So there could be some depression you guys are dealing with, even if you mask it really well. But I think whether or not the mental illnesses or mental struggles are an illusion or not, they're still real to you, okay? So you're still 100% like dealing with those things on a day-to-day basis. So that makes it real. That makes it's not just an illusion. So this is something to, I think there's a cycle, it wants to stop, it wants to end, it doesn't want to keep doing this. So for some of you guys, like this is about either getting medicated or This could even be about, you know, I just started a new therapist recently. Like some of you guys, this is about getting therapy, because this is about like your fears, especially. Like a lot of your fears have been controlling your mind, and I think that's also what probably created this people pleasing energy, is like the fear of people disliking, rejecting you, not being loyal to you, also like the fear of maybe people judging your depression, or maybe even dysfunctional family, or emotional dissatisfaction within family units. You know, it's like I just feel like there's a lot of fear behind like your shadow, and behind expressing, or like exploring, not even expressing, exploring these issues, these deeper issues. You know, I think for some of you guys here, you want it to just be love light, but there's some deeper things going on that need attention. And I think if you find yourself in a stable, safe place, you know, I think that you're going to start seeing clearly. You're going to start looking back to and really realizing what you were going through at that time. And it's like you're going to minimize the fears that you're holding, you're carrying, and that are affecting your everyday life. This illusion will tell you you're not worthy, make you feel scared, keep you with someone who treats you poorly, and make you feel the need to compete with and be better than others. Like, yes, it's like some of you guys are not admitting that you do a lot of those things. Like some of you guys want to act like, you know, you do everything for the sake of relationships and people, and it's just like you need to kind of face your shadow. You need to face some dysfunction, some unhappiness here, in order to really create this Four of Wands, to create this Knight of Wands energy, where you can step into and become that person who's not limited anymore by fear, by insecurity. All right, let's see. Better than you can imagine. 39, break it to a 3. That's such crazy imagery. Okay, Dragonfly. Before Dragonfly becomes her most authentic self, she spends about 4 years underwater as a creepy little nymph creature. The Dragonfly nymph has no comprehension of her greatness. How could a creature that lives underwater even remotely fathom that there ever existed an atmosphere she had no perception of, which she would not live in but fly in as well? Dragonfly brings a sacred message about your belief in your future self. She says your perception of reality is quite limited and naive, and your image of your future self is incredibly narrow, but that's okay. Just be aware of this. If you have a dream, Dragonfly is telling you all you have to do is work on it, and life will do the rest for you. Don't try to figure out what it's supposed to look like with your limited perceptions. Don't look at setbacks as the end of the world. They were meant to happen to propel and stretch you. Just keep working on your dream, and life will create something so much bigger than you have the ability to currently understand. Dragonfly medicine teaches you to first surrender your need for something to be like the limited view in your head. Second, have absolute trust that life will deliver something greater. Third, be patient. Last, get excited that something bigger than your dreams is destined for you. I think you have a lot of big dreams. I feel like you're fueled by a lot of fire and passion and prayer. And I think that if you continue this journey of growth, I think your life can be better than you imagined. So that's what that reader would tell your person, guys, is that right now you're fighting your own brain. That's the biggest part of yourself that you're kind of battling, is your shadow, your brain, your ego. It's telling you everything's fine, everything's okay, this is safe, this is comfortable, this is okay. And I think your perception is a little bit narrow right now, and I think the universe is calling you out on it, to kind of open up your mind and be like, it could be better. It could be better than you imagined. Okay, so keep going, keep dreaming, keep going, pile number 3. I believe in you guys. I know you can get here to this Knight of Wands energy. But that's all the time that I have for you, pile 3. I hope this message resonates with you. Please, if you enjoyed it, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Even if you hated it, I'd still love to hear from you guys. Until next time, I'm sending you love, light, peace, protection, and blessings. All right, peace. Pile number 4, bonus pile. What's up, guys? So if you are new to my channel, I just started doing some bonus piles. Like, I've done it twice already, and so if you haven't caught those readings, I just do the bonus readings as like, these are cards I pull for myself after I'm done, and I just decided to start filming it and sharing it with you guys. So it's a little bit weird, like I'm gonna talk as if it's not me, just to kind of, for the sake of the reading and for the sake of like sharing it with you guys, but it is also going to be a little bit rushed, and it's not going to be like as in depth as the other 3 piles. Okay, so I did shuffle this card. We got Aquarius, Humanitarian, Unique, Independent, Saturday number 4, and Aquamarine. Beautiful. My birthstone is actually aquamarine. I'm also a Pisces. So, all right. So, enough about me. Let's get to all of us here. What would a tarot reader tell this person? This person would tell them you're a humanitarian, you're unique, and you're independent. But also, you're going through an experience of recovery, and I think that you also carry a lot of guilt with you for whatever bad decisions, wrong decisions you've made in the past. There is an addictive energy here, always with this energy, with the imagery, someone just drinking there. Like, I think you've had some low lows, some high highs kind of energy, but I think what you're focused on right now is the keys to recovery and how to feel truly recovered and healed. I don't believe in being healed, guys, but I do believe in like this energy might be living in a constantly triggered state, a constantly like guilty state, a constantly like wounded state. And that is where it's just not healthy to kind of be in that energy. So this reader would say that you are recovering right now and you still are holding a lot of guilt, but it's like you have I just feel like you have a lot of wisdom here with this enlightenment. And I think because of that, you found different keys to recovery, different keys to healing here. Also, I just feel like this reader would tell your person that you are enlightened. And when I say that, don't get a big head, but it's more about you are open to learning. I think you're constantly open to learning. Aquarius to me is also like mental energy, air energy. So I think that you're very intelligent, very, very wise. Also to me, it's funny, I was gonna mention this in pile number 3. Was it pile 3? I can't remember. Yeah. Somebody pulled, I think, Capricorn. And to me, I was gonna say Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces are the elders of the zodiac. Like, they're literally, to me, like the more, like, just more mature, more wise, more, they're focused on some different shit here. Like, I think Aquarius is more focused on like humanitarian, top tier, that's just like really life-changing, that can be life-changing to people, this humanitarian energy. But also with Capricorn, that's more like physical, financial energy, like wisdom within financial energy. And then we got Pisces, that emotional wisdom here as well. So yeah, I just feel like there's different levels to you. There's different there could be an energy of making money through creativity, through imagination, also through your emotional wisdom, through your emotional intelligence, making money from this, making a career, a reputation of this. Also, this reader would tell your person that you're very, very independent, very hardworking, and at times you isolate. I think that at times you are just so focused on your own work that you might forget to reach out to people you care about. Like even your partner, even your closest person, like, you know what I mean, person you talk to every single day. Because of your focus and drive, you might neglect relationships. And I want to say that because we have the Knight of Coins. So it's like I see you very focused on your finances, on material abundance. Then we have the Page of Coins. So this shows me you're still young, you're still learning, you're still a student, you're still growing, you're still mastering yourself. But that's the thing, is that you're still learning, you're still growing, and it's like you're not at this King of Coins level. If anything, I think because you neglect relationships, that's kind of where this King of Coins, I think this, if you were truly in this King of Coins energy, like you would be able to recognize how important relationships and even networking, collaboration is. Like there's something about you that's still, I don't want to say too self-focused, but it's like with this Knight of Coins and this, like I'm just seeing with the Page like a young student, and then with the Knight I'm seeing like a youthful, sexy knight. Okay, like just like in their prime. And it's just like kind of when you're in that prime energy, like it might be hard to be focused on others. It's like I just feel a little bit of a self-absorption here, and I think that's why you might be lacking this king energy, because you're not being much of a leader. I'm sorry to say. I love you, pile 4, bonus pile, but it's like there's an energy of like good leaders make space for that, you know. They're, you know, and I still feel like you're growing, you're learning. This isn't like a bashing, this isn't like anything bad. I just think that that's kind of what's keeping you from that next level, is like the people, the leadership of the people. And what this reader would tell other people is like, what this reader would tell this person is that they don't know, that you don't know when to stop. Like you don't know. I think that other people wonder like what will make you happy, what is going to get you to this point of like feeling successful, feeling like the boss, the emperor's the boss here, you know. To me, the emperor's the king of kings, so they're even higher than this king of coins, which you're not at, okay? Like, let's just remember. But it's like, this to me is like potential. This emperor energy is like huge potential that you carry, because it's like you are so ambitious, you're so driven, you're so passionate. Look at the bottom of the deck, we have passion. We didn't even talk about this passion. Like you have a lot of passion, and I think that's what fuels you, drives you, and like passion for creating physical, financial abundance. But it's like this reader would tell this person that you're not going to stop until you feel like, until you've reached your level of success, like your definition of success. Like I think once you get to this king of coins, this king of coins, that you are going to want to go further. You know what I mean? Like you're going to want to take it a step further even. Like you're meant to be a leader, I think, despite you not maybe having the traits just yet 100%. But it's like you definitely are meant to be a leader, or meant to be like a boss of something. I don't know, like it's kind of weird to say. I don't like that for myself, but you know, like I'm always the kind of person like let people do whatever they want. So like emperor energy is really tough for me. But yeah, but this tarot reader would tell them that you also enjoy having fun. You also enjoy celebrating, hanging out with friends, drinking, celebrating, partying. Like that you're not just all about work. You're not just 100% focused on money, 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 money. But I think right now in this current space and time and energy, you are really focused on financial abundance. Like that's what's really important to you, is getting that carrot, getting that nut. Sorry, I'm so immature, guys. But yeah, we also the Ace of Swords. See, that's that energy of like people feel like you don't reach out to them, you don't talk to them, you don't like communicate, because you're just so focused on getting your bag, getting your definition of success here. That's like people feel like they don't know what's going on with you, or they don't hear from you, or they are like you don't talk to them. So I do think you should take that into consideration, especially if you have close friends that love to spend time with you here. But Ace of Wands reverse, bottom of the deck energy. So this reader would also tell would tell people, or would tell this person that I don't know why I'm getting like you might not feel attractive here. Like what is this? Four of Cups reverse. Letting go of disappointment, letting go of the BS, right? Welcoming in love. I just feel there's still some fears around starting new relationships, starting new connections, speaking up, communicating. Like, I think in the past you have been really disappointed, like, with how things have gone emotionally in relationships and connections, and take it as you will, family, friends, partners. But this Four of Cups, like, I feel like you're learning how to let go and start looking at what you do have, like the people who do come through and celebrate and love and adore you here. But yeah, there's a hesitation to, like, start the fire, start the match, light the match. There's a hesitation to allow people in. And let's get Wheel of Fortune reverse. So this is funny. Pile 1 got this. Don't block your blessings. This is what this reader would tell this person, is that you have been blocking some emotional blessings. I feel like you've been blocking some relationship blessings. Like, you could have some really exciting, wonderful times relationship wise, but it's almost like if you're too afraid to let people in because of past disappointments, like, you're gonna end up blocking your own blessings. But we also have the Four of Swords here and the Nine of Cups. Like, I think wish fulfillment's on the way, but it's just like, you need to take a rest, you need to take a break. Like, don't work so damn hard. Okay, we got, yeah, don't overwork yourself. Like, let people in, let people help you. We didn't even talk about this Scorpio energy, so I do get this, but this to me relates to this recovery. Scorpio is about transformation. It's also about death, death and rebirth here. So you could be kind of becoming more enlightened about life and death kind of energy. You know, I just lost somebody recently, and it's still very heavy and hard, but it's very transformative of how you see the world. And that could be like a new perspective or a new level of enlightenment that you're kind of stepping into because of a loss or because of whatever levels of recovery you're going through. But all right, let's go ahead and jump into this. Action leads to success. We've talked a lot about your definition of success. And look, this is number 1. Whew, like, a lot of people look at you, this reader would tell this person, a lot of people look at you as a lone wolf, as somebody who's would rather spend more time alone, like introvert, very introverted, very self-focused, self-absorbed is what I'm hearing. Like, some people hate it, some people don't mind. But yeah, it says 6 dragons. Interesting. The 6 dragons reference the I Ching's first hexagram, sorry, the creative. In Chinese tradition, dragon creates great fortune. Oh, what is wrong with my voice? Dragon creates great fortune for those who encounter him. Dragon is of service to those in need. His acts are benevolent and not self-serving. Dragon assists humans on their journey towards ascension. The presence of 6 dragons, one of the most promising cards in the deck, foretells a successful outcome if you take the inspiration running through you and turn it into action. The collective power of the 6 dragons holds the medicine of the first 6 cards in the deck. Meditate upon these cards as their roadmap. So all humans hold dragon power. It is the energy within that we direct outwardly to create what we desire. It can be considered a masculine energy, one of the initiator, the doer, the spirit of action. Commit to overcoming any roadblocks, and even if fear rains down on you, do it anyway. The medicine of this card is assigned to fully submit to what you want to manifest and then initiate. Know, however, that self-centered desires will have limited success. Know, however, that self-centered desires will have limited success. Work diligently and do not expect an immediate reward. Dragon does not focus on fantasies of future possibilities, but acts in the now. Disciplined persistence is required. Do the work, but do not focus on how the outcome will manifest. Do the work and life will guide you. Six Dragons Medicine shares that what your heart deeply desires, you can achieve, but you're advised to be wise in your creation. Any man can create heaven or hell on this earth. It is your choice as to which. The six dragons ask you to make sure your wishes are in alignment for what is best for you and all the creatures of the earth. If you truly come from your heart and take dedicated action towards your goal, the six dragons will assist you and lead you to supreme success. Pardon me. Their medicine calls for you to come from your heart and take action now. Abundance and prosperity follow. So yeah, I mean, that really covers so much of what we were talking about too. Also, I just cannot believe the self-centered desires, you know, that was really coming through heavily. It's like just kind of adjusting to becoming more of a leader, more of somebody who's for the greatest good of all. It's not just self-focused here. It's like creating that heaven or hell, you know. And I think if you were to create a space where it was just self-serving, it would be a hell. Maybe not to you, but to others, you know what I mean? And let's keep going. And also, I love how it's like it can be considered a masculine energy. Like, we have so much masculinity here, especially with the Emperor. It's just a lot of masculinity. But yeah, it talks about wisdom again. Like, we talked about wisdom, self-serving. We talked about take that inspiration. Yes, okay, that's another thing. That's the last thing. Is like this Ace of Wands is reversed. You know what I mean? It's like coming through as like, you need to, when that inspiration hits, you need to take it and run with it and turn it into action, you know, so that action can lead to success. But there's also an energy of like leading with your heart, leading more with your heart, okay? And I don't know why I'm getting like, these are the elders, the Capricorn, Pisces, Aquarius, like these are the elders here, and it's like they're just looking to you to like be a more compassionate leader, to think for the team. Oh my god, I did not notice this when this shuffled. This is number 2. We literally have 1 and 2. Also, the universe, you know, knows me. Hey universe. But they know me, and they know that I love when numbers go in order. Like the progression 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I love when the clock is 12:34. Like, it's one of my favorites because progression. So I just love that. But thank you, universe. So surrender to receive. Oof. Also, I noticed Pisces has 1, 2, it's 12. I was like, you bastard. Something about 12. So surrender to receive. Otter teaches us about feminine power of reception through surrender. In the sea, Otter is often floating on her back, stomach open to the sky, receiving the sun. This is an extremely vulnerable position. To be free from worry and not distracted by what may lurk in the dark waters below is a liberated state of being. The medicine of this card directly asks you to be patient. Accept uncertainty, fully trusting that you will be taken care of no matter what. Be wary of the mind chatter insisting that you need to know the outcome now. Universal law does not resonate with the ego's desperate need for instant gratification. Something is waiting to be received, but it can only be accepted if you open and allow it. When you're open to receiving, you become a magnet for that which you seek. What is the expectation or problem you're holding on to so tightly? Imagine that issue as a tightly closed fist. When you unclench your fist, your open palm is able to receive what life has in store for you. Let go of the need to control what you cannot control. Surrender the idea of how you need the outcome to look. Otter's power in the sea is her sensual flexibility. She bends and yields with the currents. Allow the moment to unfold without forcing it into the box of a limited human perception. Otter swims in the dark, mysterious sea of the unknown. It is here that she receives all her nourishment. Otter's medicine is to surrender and swim with the current of uncertainty and receive something far greater than your immediate and limited desires. So yeah, there's something here. It's weird. It's like you have so many desires. So this reader would tell this person, you have so many desires, but I think the wanting, it's the desiring, it's the versus like action leads to success, and also versus like just surrendering, like letting go of all those desires in order to make space. Like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like the harder you're holding on, if you were just to let go, it would come in. Like, it's just weird. It's like the harder you try kind of energy, the further away it's becoming. Something you're holding on to, and I feel like what you're holding on to is this control. Definitely Emperor has a desire to control, and I think you've been so much in your masculine. It's like, I think your feminine does want some love. Like, it just wants I think it wants some time with friends, family, some like chaotic energy here. Not detrimental chaos, but yeah, I think you just kind of also need to release to the mystery of the future as well, instead of just like trying to control it, trying to control the outcome. Like, it's kind of like being more excited. Like, it could be better than you even imagine if you let go of that outcome, if you just let go of that need to know. Okay, so this reader would tell this person that you have a hard time receiving, and I think that's why you are so focused on creating abundance, so that you don't have to ask for help or you don't have to receive anything. But having that mindset is very closed off, and I think it's time to understand that it's okay to receive, and that you deserve to receive, and that you don't have to do this alone either. That it's okay to have a community and people that like, I don't know why I'm getting this energy of not wanting to be a role model. Especially if we don't feel like in this healed energy. Like avoiding some responsibility, but avoiding like receiving, what's the word, admiration. Like, it feels kind of like it's rooted in like you need to let yourself be loved, admired, and trust it to make these decisions. I feel like you might not trust yourself yet to be that leader, but I don't know, I just get, you're still growing, you're still learning. Page of Coins, you're gonna get there. 6 dragons are here to help, right? As long as it's not just self-focused. Alright, I think that's all the time I have for you guys. This is like a full reading, but I'm sending you guys love. I hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, especially if you picked this one. I would be so curious to know. Till next time, peace.